Because if you think about it, engineering, the principle of it is multi-layered. You are designing and then you are implementing. And implementation, something could go wrong. So you need to be able to now troubleshoot through that process. Basically speaking English to the computer. If you think about AI, what you're doing is speaking natural language to the machine. Yes, look, university is the conventional way, but it's not the only way to do it.
Because if you now go to employer, and employer's going to say, do you have experience?
As a software engineer, you are in a unique position that you are always creating. Very helpful.
All right, so now tell me, as a software engineer, when you started working, like, what are your day-to-day, like, what do you do as a software engineer? If someone hears about software engineering or software developer, same thing, what do you do every day when you get to work?
Problem solve.
Yeah.
You start your day with a cup of coffee. You need coffee. When I started, I didn't even drink coffee. I didn't like coffee. But over the 14 years, I've realized, you need the caffeine in the system. But on a daily basis, generally on a day, I'll start my day, I'll come into the office and I'd look at what I've been doing in the previous day. Because it's one of those jobs where it's continuous, you'll probably sit with a problem for a number of days. You can start something on Monday, you are not guaranteed to be finished with it on Monday. You start on Tuesday, now you have to reflect, okay, Monday I was asked to do XYZ. So let's say for use case, you are given a task to add a workflow to a system. Now that workflow, you are given the task, this is what I need to do for this workflow to be achieved, right? You start with it on Monday. On Monday, you get stuck. That first task, you are continuing with that task on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now you could pivot to say, hey, I have these 5 tasks I have to complete in this week, but I'm still stuck on the first one.
Yeah.
So generally then you'll start doing your research, at least how I do it. I'll then start my day with doing research. Or this thing yesterday, it's been kicking me. I need to find another way, which means now I need to sharpen my tool.
So is that problem solving, yeah?
Yes, that's the problem solving and the troubleshooting part of it. So I'll then do my research, or this is the problem. What are the alternatives that I can try? Something else that I didn't try on Monday, because now I'm on Tuesday. And then once I've figured out something, an idea, then you go back again into writing the code. You try, you find that it doesn't work. Or maybe you are lucky today.
Yeah.
Today, then it works. And now the bulk of the day you spend reading this information on the requirement. Because basically what you are given is a requirement, and then the tasks that you need to perform for that workflow. So I spend my day reading, interpreting, and then writing the code. That's what you do on a daily basis. You read, you interpret,
so now,
write the code.
Let's get to this now. Because I started as a software engineer myself.
Yes.
And every time I go back to my, to my kasi, they'll be like, hey, Mfana, can you help me hack Facebook? They'll be like, hey, can you copy this movie back then? My TV is doing this.
100%.
So is that what software engineers do? Or what do software engineers do?
No, definitely not.
My phone is
there is that conception or preconception that as long as you do software engineering, you can do everything.
Yeah.
Everything that's IT related. No, 100% it's not. There is actually in the world of IT a separation between software and hardware. And then there's stuff like engineering and electronics and stuff like that. So that's definitely not what a software engineer does. What a software engineer does is translates a requirement, which is generally written in natural language, be it English or whatever more language that is used in that specific space, translating that into computer language, because the computer does not speak English. The computer speaks ones and zeros. So you need to now translate that from English to ones and zeros, so that when a user comes, when they click on a button, the computer knows this is what I need to do now after this button is clicked. That's basically what it is. So printing, fixing phones, fixing printers, reconnecting, no, that's not what
So
we
that's
do.
hardware.
All
the stuff that has to do with physical, it's hardware.
It's hardware, yes.
Software, it's, the applications that people use.
100%.
When they go online, they click a button, they log into the system. That's software.
The stuff you can't touch.
100%,
yeah.
What's the most exciting about being a software engineer?
Ooh. For me, I would say I've always been passionate about it. So for me, the excitement has always been driven by passion, by creating new things. As a software engineer, you are in a unique position that you are always creating. If you think about it, when Facebook was launched, pre to Facebook, people were using MySpace and them and whatnot, but it wasn't working the same way Facebook worked. So what Mark got to do was create a new way that humans could interact.
Yeah.
And that for me then is exciting. It's the innovation part of it, introducing new things that humans did not know we could do or did not even think that we could do. Now we are on Instagram, we are on TikTok. Someone thought, oh, hi man, maybe I could have an application where someone is on their phone and just looking at content. And then they created that. And that's what for me is exciting about software engineering. You get to create new things on a daily basis.
You can think about something, and as a software engineer, you can bring that thought into life.
Into
you can
life.
literally build something
100%,
that
yes.
brings it into life in a
100%.
form of software.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it opens a whole new world to what we as humans can do.
That's a good one. If someone wants to be a software engineer, if you were to name just 3 or 4 skills that this person needs to be a software engineer, what would those skills be?
Number one, I'd say tenacity.
Yeah.
You need to have that staying power to stay up until you have fixed an issue. But at the same time, the flip side of the coin, to be humble. Humble enough to know that I do not have the skill set to go over the line. I need to ask someone else to look at it for me. Often what happens is with engineers, because you're a problem solver, you'll sit with this problem and want to make sure you prove your point that I can do this thing and I'll make it happen. Time goes by, we miss deadlines, we miss a whole lot of things because you said you were supposed to sit with it for 3 days. Now it's 4 weeks, you are still sitting with it. And that's where the humility part of it comes in, where to say, Ish, Mpinjak, I need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say those two are quite important. The power to follow through and the humility to say, I need help. I need a second pair of eyes. That's what I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, because it comes to that, right? Because as a software engineer, you don't just work alone.
100%.
Right? You work with a team. So earlier on, you spoke about requirements. You're working against these requirements. So there's business that needs the software to do 1, 2, 3. And then those requirements come to you.
Yes.
And now you have to deliver in a certain time.
100%.
So now those are like the pressures, right? So what are some of the pressures in terms of, because now it's delivery. Now as a software engineer, you're sitting there with this problem, but dude, we only have 2 weeks
to get it over the line,
to get this project done. You can't just be stuck with one issue. What are the other issues that as a software engineer you encounter like in your day?
Code just not working. You know, a lot of the times you already have an idea of how I'm going to solve this problem as a software engineer. Because maybe based on your history or anything else, you've seen it somewhere before. So in your mind, like, okay, I know 1 + 1 must equal 2.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case with software engineering. You know, it will throw you off where you missed something as small as a comma. You remember back in the day, if there's no comma in that thing will not work.
Yeah.
You see, so those are some of the pressures that you will face. But also, working within a team, you mentioned it earlier, you need to have it in you to be able to work with other people. There's this phrase that to go quick, you'll have to do it alone. But to go further, you'll have to bring in others. And that's where the spirit of teams come in. You need to be a person who is able to say, this is my piece, and this piece connects with that piece. And both these pieces, when they come together, that's what will fulfill the requirement. I can't sit by myself and do my own thing and say, those guys will see themselves. We'll never get to the requirement.
Yeah.
And those are now some of the other pressures where you are now in a team where someone does not know how to play as a team player.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that one? You can't quit your job. Now you need to find another way you need now these soft skills that you need to learn as a person on how to deal with people as well. So the job is not just you and the computer every day. It's you and the computer and your teammates, you and the computer and business, you and the computer and other people and other stakeholders.